Many of you may think that you have a separate muscle sitting in the middle of your chest known as the inner chest. However, the inner portion of your chest is just a small part of a much bigger muscle known as the pectoralis major. And the fact of the matter is, you can't contract just the inner portion of your chest without also contracting the rest of the pectoralis major as well. Meaning there is no true way to fully isolate only the inner chest without also working the rest. However, with that said, there are still inner chest specific exercises that put more tension on that center portion of your chest where your pecs attach to the sternum. By performing these exercises and by using something known as the mind-muscle connection to mentally focus on overloading the inner portion of your pecs, you can definitely build up and improve your inner chest line, leaving you with a fuller and more defined looking chest. So let's go over my 9 favorite inner chest exercises, starting with the Smith machine hex press. To perform this exercise, you'll obviously need a Smith machine where the bar is locked into a set vertical path so that you're not worried about balancing the bar throughout the exercise. You'll also need a double D handle, which is the same handle that you use when you're doing T-bar rows. To begin, you'll position a bench near the center of the barbell in the same way that you would if you were about to do regular bench presses. Then instead of laying parallel to the bench, you're going to lay perpendicular. So the same position you would be in for pullovers if you were off the side of the bench. Once you're in that position, you're going to place the center of the double D handle against the center of the barbell with your hands in line with your chest. Next, lift the bar up, unrack it by turning out, and slowly lower down to your chest. Stop about an inch above your chest and press back up. Then repeat for reps. To make this exercise even more effective, concentrate on squeezing the 2 sides of the double D handle together the whole time. Also, as you get stronger and start using heavier weights, it's best to have a spotter to help you unrack and re-rack the bar safely. Next is the cable hex press. My favorite thing about this exercise is the crazy constant tension that it puts on your chest. From the moment you start until you put the cables down, there's a constant force trying to separate your hands. And just by resisting that force, you're going to get great activation and an amazing pump, especially on the inside of your chest. So you'll start by adjusting the pulleys to the bottom of the cable cross, and then you'll place a bench in the middle, making sure that the cables wind up being about even with your nipple line when you lay down. I recommend you set the bench at an incline angle, but this exercise also works well when performed at a flat angle. Either way, once you're laying down with both cables in your hands, bring your hands together until they touch right above the center of your chest. From there, you're simply going to press straight up while focusing on squeezing your hands together the whole time. Then, just before your elbows lock out, you'll slowly lower the cables back down towards your sternum. Then press back up and repeat for reps. Another excellent cable exercise for the inner part of your chest is the crossbody cable press. You've probably seen this exercise performed on a hammer strength machine to focus more either on the upper chest or the inner pecs. However, arguably an even more effective way to get a better pump around the center of your chest is by using cables, thanks to the free range of motion and constant tension that the cables provide. So to perform this exercise with the cables, you'll first position a bench next to a cable crossover machine and set the pulley at a height that's about even with your chest when seated. Then, instead of sitting straight back, you're going to turn towards one side so that you're facing the cable. From there, you're going to grab the handle with the arm that's closer to the bench. Then you're going to press the weight across your body until your elbow is almost fully extended. At that point, you want to really squeeze for a second before lowering the weight back down towards your chest and repeating for reps. The next exercise is the Ven Press, and if this is your first time seeing this, it's not going to look like a very orthodox chest exercise, but I promise you that it works very well, and if you save this for the end of your chest workout and you do it correctly, it will be very effective. Begin by standing straight up with your chest out, your shoulders back, and your feet about shoulder width apart. Then you're going to take a pair of plate weights and press them tight against each other. So your palms should be together close to the center of your chest, and the weight should stay about even with your chest as you perform the exercise. Your fingers should also be open and pointing straight ahead, and if it's not obvious yet, you want to make sure that you're really squeezing the plates tight together throughout the entire movement. While squeezing the plates, you're going to extend your arms straight out in front of you until they're almost fully locked out. Then you're going to bring the plates back in towards your chest and repeat for reps. Keep in mind you can also perform this exercise laying down on a bench press as well. And as long as you're squeezing, both are excellent choices to target the inner chest. Moving on to the next one, I want to give you guys a body weight exercise that you could perform anywhere to hit the inner chest and the triceps. This is going to be a modified version of the diamond push-up. Regular diamond push-ups primarily target your triceps, but there's a simple cue to put much more tension on the chest. You're going to get yourself set up just like you're doing regular diamond push-ups, except you'll be performing them on a medicine ball. So you'll start with your hands on the ball directly under your shoulders with your pointer fingers and your thumbs almost touching, creating what looks like a triangle or a diamond shape in between your hands. After your hands are in place, you're going to get up into a push-up position with your body in a relatively straight line, and you're going to lower yourself down and press yourself back up for reps. Now, the major change between regular diamond push-ups and this version is that for the entire exercise, you're going to be squeezing your hands together around the ball. So not only are you going to be pressing downwards towards the ground, but you're also going to be pressing horizontally, which will help you focus on the chest much more. Just as a side note, you can also do this exercise on the ground without the ball or on 2 dumbbells while squeezing the dumbbells together. Next up is the Dumbbell Hex Press. Even though the cables are great at creating constant tension, you can create a lot of tension on your own just by squeezing the dumbbells together, and the dumbbells have their own advantages. This is once again an exercise that you can do flat or incline, but I recommend doing it on the incline. Start by grabbing 2 heavy dumbbells and place them on your knees as you sit on the bench. Then you're going to lay back and kick one leg up at a time to get the dumbbells into position over the center of your chest. So once you're there, you're going to pin both dumbbells together and squeeze while pressing straight up. As you do this, you want to avoid flaring your elbows out, and instead they should stay close to your sides. Once the weights are pressed all the way up, you can slowly lower back down until the dumbbells touch your chest, and then press back up and repeat for reps. Moving back to the cables, another great exercise is the decline rope pullover. This exercise is one of a kind because not only does it target the chest, but it also targets parts of your back like your lats. To perform this exercise, you'll need a tricep rope and a decline bench. Start by attaching the rope to a pulley that's pretty much set all the way at the bottom, and position your decline bench directly in front of it. Next, you're going to grab opposite ends of the rope in each of your hands and lay down, with the bench positioned far enough away from the cable to fully extend your arms overhead. So from there, you're going to maintain a slight bend in your elbows, and with your elbows locked in that position, you're going to raise the rope up in an arc-like motion until your hands are almost at your hips. While you do this, it's very important that you really squeeze the 2 ends of the rope together tight. Continue squeezing the rope together as you slowly return the rope back up above your head in the same arc-like path, and then repeat for reps. Next is a cable exercise that'll have your chest on fire, the seated single arm cross-body fly. For this one, you're going to once again set the pulley low to the ground and then take a seat on a bench that's either upright or at a high incline angle. While holding the cable in one hand, you're going to follow an arc-like sweeping motion up and across your chest. While doing this, you should always maintain a slight bend in the elbow, so it should look like you're hugging a tree with one arm. Keep in mind it's important that you cross all the way over, so as you bring the cable up towards your chest, you don't want to stop there. You want to keep going past your chest and really squeeze at the end of the contraction to maximize the effectiveness. Then slowly return the cable back to the starting position and repeat for reps. Finally, for our last exercise, we have dips with a slight modification where once again, you're going to be really focusing on squeezing your hands together. So to begin, you'll want to get in between 2 parallel bars, get a good grip, and hop up while extending your elbows so that your feet are hovering off the floor. Then you're going to slowly lower yourself down with your body tilted at a forward angle. So your chest is going to be further in front of the rest of your body. Also, as you lower yourself down, you want to concentrate on squeezing the parallel bars together. Even though they're obviously not going to move anywhere, this will create more horizontal adduction, and that'll put more tension on the chest. So lower yourself down until your shoulders are slightly lower than your elbows, and then press back up while still squeezing until your elbows are almost fully locked out, and then go up and down for reps. That about wraps it up, guys. These exercises are great to sprinkle in throughout your chest workouts, especially after you've already exhausted your pecs with the heavier, more taxing exercises like barbell and dumbbell bench presses. Remember that lifting heavy weight on exercises like the barbell bench press will help you build up the entire pectoralis major, helping to create that inner pec line. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also keep in mind that if you have a high body fat percentage, you won't see much definition towards the center of your chest. So if you want a streamlined approach that'll help you burn off pounds of stubborn fat while building up your chest as well as other muscles in your body like your back, biceps, abs, and legs, then head on over to my website and find the perfect program for where you're at right now. You'll get a customizable meal plan based on your preferences, a full 42-day workout plan that can be done in-home or at the gym, a recipe book, and of course, an accountability coach will be there to motivate you and answer any questions that might come up. To find out more, click the link below in the description, or you can visit my website directly at gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon.